All right, moving on to question number 156. Which of the following is another term for issue or gains? A, unknown unknown, B, unknown known, C, known known, and D, known unknown. And the correct answer is known known. Known knowns are nothing but issues or gain, things which have already occurred. They are not uncertain anymore. But if you look at unknown unknown, this is an example. This is another way of saying unidentified risks. If you look at known unknown, basically these are identified risks. But nobody knows what you mean by unknown known, right? So forget about it. All right, let's move on to question number 157. What is self organization? Choose to A. Asking teams to assess and agree to work goals as a group. B. Allocating all resources before they get assigned to a different project. C. Using a pull based approach to ensure effective use of team resources. And D. Having the project manager stipulate roles and responsibilities and assign all the work to individual team members. And the correct answer is A, asking teams to assign, assess, and agree to work goals as a group, and C, using a pull based approach to ensure effective use of team resources. Basically, what is self organization? Self organization is when a team decides to work on their own. Once they have given an objective, a vision is cleared, and basically an iteration or a sprint or the work has already been provided to them, they can decide who's going to do what, how many people are needed at what point of time, which is called a pull-based approach to ensure effective use of team resources. Meanwhile, they might be working on something else. So for example, in a particular iteration, there's a period of lull, and some people can do not have to be involved. They can be asked to work on some kind of a trial and error, some POC or something to get prepared for something else later. So it is something depending on them. That's basically self-organization. So if you look at A and C, they are the best to define what is self-organization. But if you look at B, allocating all resources before they get assigned to a different project, no, that's not exactly what it is. And then D, having the project manager stipulate roles and responsibilities, that is precisely what is not done in self-organizing, right? So that's basically A and C. In case you're looking for a course, an examination readiness course, which is going to get you ready in just under 16 hours to ACE PMP exam. Does a course like that exist? Yes, it does. Well, all you have to do is type pmvideo.pm-pulse.com. That's my site for PM videos, and over here you have a few PMP 2021 related videos. The very first one is PMP Dash. PMP Dash for acing PMP 2021. When you come to this particular landing page, you have a video which will give you an introduction to entire PMP Dash. It also contains certain things which are there in PMP Dash. There'll be samples of what's contained inside. You can make an informed decision. The best thing is it gets you ready in just 16 hours. It contains every aspect of what's going to be covered in the PMP exam. Not only that, it has also 180 questions, full examination set guided by me. In case you're looking for a course which will get you ready for PMP exam in a very short period of time, and not only that, it'll help you ace it. Well, this is the course. All right, let's move on to question number 158. After brainstorming potential project risks, what is the recommended method for prioritizing these risks and their mitigation plans? A. RACI chart, B. Control chart, C. Fishbone diagram, and D. Probability and impact matrix. And the correct answer, obviously, is probability and impact matrix. RACI chart provides you the roles and responsibilities. Control chart checks the health of a process. Fishbone diagram gives you the cause and effect analysis. None of these are used for prioritization of risk. The only one that is used for prioritization of risk is probability and impact matrix. And this is basically one of the tools and techniques that you find in the process called perform qualitative risk analysis. All right, let's move on to question number 159. In your company, you have a practice of preparing your own estimates of the items to be procured or services to be availed. This helps you conduct procurements to select seller. This can also be referred to as A, preferred price, B, independent estimate, C, fixed price contract, and D, careful cost budgeting. And the correct answer is independent cost estimate. When you hire somebody from outside, or you can do it yourself and create an estimate, and then you actually send out the bidding documents like RFPs to rest of the bidders. And when they send back their commercials, you can actually compare the commercials with your independent estimate to figure out how far they are from that independent estimate. And this could also become a criteria for selecting or otherwise a particular bidder, right? So this is an example of independent estimate. All right, let's move on to question number 160. What are some objectives of running a retrospective? Choose two. A, provide the stakeholders access to the team. B, generate insights. C, agree to one or two experiments to try to improve team performance. And D, get feedback on the product. And the correct answer is B and C. Now, if you look at the term retrospective, this is done immediately after every iteration, the moment your sprint review is done. This thing called get feedback on the product is basically sprint review. And the retrospective happens after this, before you get into the next sprint or next iteration. And it's a kind of a lessons learned. So what kind of lessons you can learn? Like, okay, they could have generated some insights. Definitely, that is the purpose of retrospective. The second one is, okay, once you've found some insights, you can then decide, okay, you know what? From the next iterations onward, let's try this to improve our team performance, or let's do this to improve that. So one of the things that you could also agree on during retrospective, okay, what do we do next? When it comes to the next iterations, what do we improve on? So from among the options provided, these are the only two which relate to retrospective.